guys. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you today. If you are new to this channel, welcome, first of all. Thanks for clicking on this video. My name is Audrey. I am a psychic medium. I've been on YouTube for many years on and off. And I have a couple of channels, and this channel is about crime coming from the perspective of a psychic medium. You do not have to believe in what I do. You don't have to be here to listen to what I have to say. But if you're interested at all, in the least, in the Watts case, do you remember that awful case? I do have an update out of blue from Shanann. And yeah, it just makes me so emotional. And if you don't know anything about me, you can buy my memoir. It's $12.98. Okay. If you don't know anything about me, I'm brutally honest as far as describing myself, my abilities, and you know, it's a crazy, weird thing I do. I know that. You know, it's a weird life. That's one reason I wrote my memoir, but because it's hard to explain. And writing the book actually really helped me to understand myself better. So I'm hoping you have it in you to just have a listen to what I have to say with a grain of salt, of course. Okay. You need to have, you need to be careful what you listen to and how you take in information. Not just my channel, but every channel, every news outlet, any video, anything, anywhere. Please just be careful. Okay. So if what I am saying to you doesn't resonate with you, then it's not for you. I'm not offended by that. Move on. Go, you know, check out a crafting video or something. But I'm just here to share my opinions with you as to my experiences. It's my understanding from my higher power, from God, from the universe, that I don't have this gift for nothing. I have these abilities to share the interactions I have with you. You know, not just my husband and my son. What's the use of having the abilities if I don't share? Because there's messages, there's lessons. There are lessons in messages. And just because you don't know the person I'm talking about doesn't mean you're not going to get anything out of the message. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with what happened. If you're new and haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And like the video too. I am wearing my Shannan shirt today. Doesn't this look like something she would wear? And I'm getting the chills. Now, I don't write a script for my videos. I just sit here and start talking. As one person said, she's just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, I am. I am a bunch of blah, blah, blah. So save yourself and go somewhere else. Because I want you to see the natural occurrences from me as a psychic in the natural, in the wild. Because when I just spoke Shanann's name, I got the chills. Does that mean she's going to come into my presence? Probably. I'm guessing she will, but I'll let you know if and when she does. Will she get inside my body as she has done before? Maybe. I don't know. I don't assume she will. I'll put a picture here if I can find it. I think my friend took this picture or put this picture together, and it's a side by side of me and Shanann, and it's during a video I did of Shanann years ago, and I took on her look. I started looking like Shanann during the video. I didn't know that. I don't realize a lot of things as I'm videotaping. Even during editing process, sometimes I'll see something that, catches my eye. A lot of times you guys find it and let me know. So, if I have that picture, I'll put it up here. It's just interesting. It's interesting. It's all about energy. That's all it is. It's not witchcraft. I'm not a magician. I am not a wizard. Although I love, 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 love Harry Potter, I am not magical. I am not magical. Yes, sometimes I do feel, like a superhero with these weird powers and stuff. I'm not. I'm just a regular person, okay? Don't ask me lottery numbers, because if I could figure that gig out, I would have done it for myself a long time ago. All right, so here's what happened. All right, I'm just going to sit here and talk. If you're waiting for a big ta-da, you may not get it. I don't know. But let me tell you, you guys have often asked about Shanann. And as with Shanann, as other people I talk about, I can only say so much until they come and visit me again. Pardon me, I'm drinking bubbly. Don't do that if you're making a video. Don't drink bubbly water. For God's sake. Here, I'll drink the regular awful water. Okay. I wait for spirit to come in. I won't say that it's wrong to ask spirit to come in, but to me, what's the word? Summing. Asking for someone to come in specifically, like with chanting and I don't know, whatever rituals. I don't know. That just doesn't feel natural to me. I don't feel it's my place to summons spirit. That feels disrespectful to me. I don't know if other psychics do it. I'm just trying to think of a couple that I know. I don't think they do it. I certainly have never seen them do it. But anyway, that's not for me. I don't summons. I wait. So, as I often do, I was watching stand-up comedy. I watch stand-up comedy every single day. I was just watching it right before I came on here on Netflix. So I have to have laughter in my life every single day. And yes, some of these stand-up comics, I've seen the same show 50 times. I probably know their script better than they do at this point. But anyway, I watch stand-up comedy a lot. So I'm watching this new kid. He's new to me, Matt Rife. Have you seen him? I'm not 100% sure how I feel about his comedy or not, but regardless, I was watching an episode he did, a special on red flags. And he's talking about red flags, and he's sitting talking to the audience about, hey, what's a red flag you've had in a relationship or, at work or anywhere, any interaction with someone that's been a red flag. And so I'm just listening to him. I'm usually doing something else at the same time while I'm listening to a comedy show. And out of the blue, Shanann popped in. And she just kind of came right here out of nowhere. And I'm like, this is telepathic. And I see her and I'm just thinking, oh, have red flags you wanted to share with me about Chris, or something you've learned, or something? Do you have something to share with me about red flags? And this, I'm not actually saying this, I'm just kind of a split second it takes for that whole entire sentence, all of the thought, for her to understand what I'm asking. And she kind of just, I'm taking on her kind of feeling right now. Okay, this is kind of how she felt to me. Kind of heavy, kind of like, well, I'm going to summarize what she told me. She's like, well, I wish I had a big ta-da moment. I wish I had something hugely extravagant to say to you about red flags with Chris, and red flags in general with people. And I'm like, oh, well, why are you here? I'm like, I don't mind that she's here hanging out with me, but she doesn't typically do this anymore. She used to years ago. I would see her every day. She would come in my space every day. She's like, well, and she's showing me at the same time, okay? Million things going on at the same time with spirits. So Shanann's been way out in space for a long time for me. I can still see her. I still have access to her, not the kids, not really access to them. I can see them, but I don't have access to the kids, okay? I do have access to Shannan, meaning I can talk to her. She's going to respond. She shows me herself way, where she's been, where I've been seeing her for a long time. She's way out there. What does that mean, she's way out there? I don't know. I see her out in the stars. I see her amongst the galaxies and, nebula. I just see her in the beautiful universe, with all of its colors, but darkness at the same time, and quiet. And she's like, well, she said, I've learned something. She said, I was so busy. People did and would have seen in me, her, red flags. She had the red flags. In essence, she's saying Chris was experiencing red flags. And she reminds me one of the first things she said to me after she was murdered. And that was, don't blame him. And it's like, God, I hate that. I hate that she says, don't blame him. I hate it. Because why? Why not? He did it. Him and his group, they're responsible for you not being here. Why should I not blame him? And I now understand more of what she meant when she said that to me. When she originally said that to me, it felt like more biblical. It felt like a biblical sense, like, forgive them for they not know what they do kind of situation. It's like, okay, well, Chris is just a human being. He doesn't know. He didn't know anything. And, it's all, it's all complicated. We're spirits, and we're all, we're on this journey. And I've never been satisfied with that conversation I had with Shannan when she's said, don't don't blame him. Don't hate him. I've never liked that conversation. But what she showed me the other day, and she's not responsible for her death or the kid's death. She's not saying that at all. But what she wants everyone to know is look at yourself. What red flags are you waving? Again, not forgiving and not letting criminals go. It's not talking about forgiveness here, because I'm not a big believer in forgiveness. I know that sounds awful, but it's true for me. What is your part in the problem? Because for so long, up until a few years ago, I did think it was everyone else, not me. But, over the last few years, I've been really trying to fix myself and change myself. And, what am I doing? Because I'm sick of that frickin' life that I was living. It wasn't working for me after 50 years. It was awful. And what she shows me and tells me is, she's like, I got so wrapped up. I got so wrapped up in the money. She goes, the car I had, that big house I had. I had the 2 girls, and I was having a boy, and I was on social media, and people enjoyed me. And she knows people still enjoy her and pray for her. She acknowledges your prayers. She literally feels the love. It's okay. I think she's here because she's coming in and she's saying, yes, I do. Thank you for saying that. When you pray for somebody, let's say Shannan, that's energy created. Energy's created in your mind, and it goes to her. And it doesn't take long. It's like a split second. That's how fast energy travels. That's how fast she travels. She can be here in 1/10 of a second, and then the next 10th of a second, she's 10 million light years away. It's crazy. We don't understand that. I don't understand that. And I love science, and I love astronomy. I love physics. And my human mind just doesn't always grasp that concept. And she says, I wish I could save every woman. This is what she's saying. Audrey, I wish I could give you something that would save all the women who've been through hell, who are going to go through hell. And what she has to share with us isn't an easy thing to process. It's not a quick fix. She's telling me that we need to look in ourselves. We need to look at our own red flags. What red flags are you giving somebody? And no, most people aren't going to have their lives taken away like she did. But don't you want to live your best life? Don't you want, as I have said for so many years, you have the power. I didn't even understand that when I was saying it. I mean, yes, in one sense I understood, but I didn't go to the next level where I'm at now. And once you take ownership of yourself and your flaws and your headspace, your perspectives on things, your job, your family, the world, your future, your past, going to go down a crooked path. We want to go down a straight path. Look at your red flags. There's always room for improvement. And no, we're not trying to be perfection. But remember, our behavior affects other people. Again, we're not responsible for what they do, good, bad, or indifferent. That's not our problem. But you are responsible for yourself. And Shanann makes it clear, had she given up some of her power, some of her bossiness, she knows she was bossy. It's not a bad thing, you know. I mean, it is what it is. But had she looked outside herself, what was happening with the family? But she says she didn't know. She didn't know that she was giving off these red flags. She wasn't aware her behavior wasn't conducive to a healthy marriage. That's what she wants us to look at. What are we doing? What are we projecting out into the world? You know, I think back to the videos that we've all seen of her beautiful house with her walk-in closet with all her high heels and, you know, just nice American life. But it wasn't real. It literally wasn't there. It wasn't real. It was like a mirage. It wasn't really there. And she's just like, be careful. Be careful. Stop trying to fix everybody and everything else around you and dig deep into yourself, whether it's therapy, getting alone time, doing crafts. Like me, I wrote a book. Writing that book was the best therapy I've ever had, and that is a gift I gave myself. And I'll tell you, that book is priceless to me. That's better than the lottery, that book I wrote, for me. Because my mind woke up. My mind woke up and started remembering not only bad things that happened to me, but also where I'm at now. And it's not okay where I'm at now because of what happened to me. I gotta snap out of it. Snap out of it. I had to snap myself out of it. I am no one's victim, and I refuse to have a victim mentality. Because no matter what people have done to me, I'm responsible for myself. And that's what Shanann is saying about herself. And yeah, I wish I could give you some big ta-da firework explosion message from Shanann. But for maybe even one of you, this message today is that. So thank you for asking about Shanann. She'll always be with me, and I know she'll be with so many of you too. She's just a part of who I am and who you are. I've been going to a new oral surgeon a lot recently, and so I'm just getting to know the staff. And I went the other day, and my husband came with me, and I walked in and I saw someone new, administrator I hadn't met before. And I immediately thought Shanann. It's like, oh, Shanann's here. And I looked at my husband, I go, who does she remind you of? And he's like, he's afraid to say. He doesn't want to be involved. I go, she looks like Shanann. She feels like Shanann to me. So, our loved ones are always around, whether it's Shanann or someone else. We're never alone. And I thank you for watching this video today on Shanann. And it's always an honor to channel her and to have her here with me. She loves you guys. She does. She does. She loves everybody. And she's happy and she's great on the other side. So don't think that because she has this heavy feeling about her participation in this life as Shanann, that she's not happy on the other side, because she is. She's at peace, 100% peace. She's in the place where it's only happiness. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the like button. And I'll see you guys real soon. Share the video. Try that. All right, you guys, take care. I'll see you soon.